James Jackson, theRacingExperts.com. Aric, can you walk us through your journey of, what happened last year with your Petty Motorsports to signing with Stewart-Haas this year and all the success you've had?
What part of the journey? It was a long one. Yeah. Yeah, I think when you look at it, I mean, just as a whole, Stewart-Haas Racing as an organization is doing incredible this year. You look at Harvick with all the wins, and Boyer, and Kurt and I consistently running in the top 10. Kurt's running the top 5 more often than I am. But for me, kind of going from where I came from and to now, I talked about it in Kansas, and I showed up to the racetrack every week for the last few years, and always went into it with a positive outlook, but deep down inside, never knew what to expect. I didn't know if we were going to show up that week and have a 25th place car, or if we were going to show up that week and have a 10th place car. And after a while, that kind of wears on you, especially when you show up more often than not with a 20th place car. This year, every single time we go to the racetrack, like when we get on the airplane to leave on a Thursday, I feel like we have a shot and we have all the tools and all the resources to go and win, and that it's up to Johnny Klossmeyer, my crew chief, and me and my engineers and the guys on my team. Like, we see it internally at our shop that the ability to win is there every single week. It doesn't matter what kind of racetrack it is, whether it's a super speedway, an intermediate track, a short track, a concrete track like Bristol or Dover. Like, we are competitive every single week, and that, as a competitor, is so much fun. I mean, that's what you live for. That's why you do what you do, is to go out and be competitive. I mean, if I played baseball growing up and lost every single game that I played, I probably wouldn't have played baseball very much, because it's not fun. And the same for racing. The reason I loved racing so much was because when I was a kid, at the end of the night, more often than not, I got a trophy, and that makes it fun. And so, just continue to pursue that passion. Well, then you make it to the top, and it's hard. It's really, really hard, because the competition level is so high that more often than not you lose. Even on a good year for Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, and you look back at all those years that those guys have been successful and won championships. You look at Martin Truex last year. He won a lot of races, but he lost way more than he won. And so you just have to identify, what success looks like for you. And for the last several years, I feel like I got stagnant. In the beginning, it was fun, and I was just excited to be there because I was cup racing. And then as time wears on, 2014, we won Daytona, made it into the playoffs, and that was exciting. And then 2015 was probably our best year. We didn't win a race, and we just barely missed the playoffs by, I think, 11 points. But we were competitive, and that was fun. And then the next 2 years just seemed to get stagnant or tail off, and so the fun meter kind of got pegged, and it was not as exciting and not as fun. And so this has honestly just been a rejuvenation for me and for my career to be able to show up to the racetrack every week and feel like I'm going to be competitive and have that confidence and know that we're going to run top 10 as long as we don't screw up, and that if we do everything right, we're going to have a shot to win.